Welcome to my painting. Today I'm painting a skateboarder in motion. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been supporting me in my very early YouTube journey. And yes, I know it's cliched, but if you do enjoy my content, please do like and subscribe. It really does help. This is the first ever painting where I've explored things like trees, sky, and texture of the concrete. Because of these landscape features, I'm very much outside of my comfort zone. I am much more comfortable with human and animal portraits, showing the details and expressions on people's and animals' faces. It's usually what inspires me. So this landscape-heavy portrait is really taking me outside of my comfort zone. But in this painting, the landscape tells an important story. The story here is, the skateboarder is journeying towards where his shadow is. It's almost as if the shadow is foreshadowing where the skateboarder is landing. And the expression on the face of the skateboarder indicates that he already knows that this trick may not land very well. So to start with, I've blocked in all the colours. I started off with the sky and then did the concrete skate park. You can see me using a technique that I often use for clothing. Instead of adding detail at the block colour stage, I'll essentially do a light tone and then a dark tone. And what that allows you to do, it's almost like painting by numbers, but you have a base layer that you can create the detail on top the next time you come back to the painting. It was this point I decided to change the mood of the painting by changing the colour of the sky from the light blue you can see right now, and it finishes off with a much deeper, darker blue. The shade of blue I'm using gives the illusion that the skateboarder is jumping out of the canvas, completing the illusion that he is on the way to join the shadow that is foreshadowing his destiny. I've now started detailing the painting and using smaller brushes and fine brush strokes. But there's not much to say here apart from, whenever I detail, I exaggerate the shadows and the highlights because it makes the subject pop out of the painting. It brings your eye towards where you want the highlights to be, with the highlights jumping forward and the shadow settling back. It adds a dynamic and depth to the painting, and that is how I detail. And now I want to talk about one of the themes of this painting. Getting out and about, doing things you love. Don't be restricted by your life. Go and do what you enjoy. Be childish. Be the one you used to be. And don't forget about what you used to love. As you get older like me, almost hitting middle age, and I've discovered joy in the things that I loved as a child. I loved getting outside, having adventures, and exploring. Getting that adrenaline rush, and not being scared of who I am and who I want to be, and don't conform to the lifestyle of what society decides that you are. You are who you are, and don't hide away. Go and do the things that you used to enjoy. If you want to get on a skateboard, go and do it. If you want to go and drive a car fast, find a track and do it. The only thing holding you back from the enjoyment in this world is yourself. Go and do it. That's all I can say. If you're bored one day, go and try something you used to love. Something you've lost, perhaps as you've grown into an adult. Bring out our inner child, and you'll be amazed how much it refreshes you. It can really rejuvenate your life. And if you have children, take them along with you. They'll love it too. They'll see their superhero parents doing something that they can identify with. Just do it. There's no reason to be stuck at home. Explore your passions. Like, for instance, my passion is art. I only started 6 months ago after knowing I enjoyed it when I was a young person, and it has really rejuvenated me. It really has. So just go and do it. If you can, get out and about. It is the most wonderful thing that you could ever do, and I implore you to explore it with the people you love, whether it's your children, whether it's your partner, or whether it's your friends. During COVID, we all lost that friendship. It becomes far more difficult to go outside. Society has kind of reclused itself away, and people don't go out and about. We're stuck inside the prisons of our houses. And it's only recently that I realised that finding the outdoors, doing something I love, whether it's art or skateboarding or running or walking, just get out and about. It completely changed my life. From this time last year, when quite frankly, I was miserable. And now, I really am enjoying myself. I'm enjoying life. I feel young again. I feel rejuvenated. And if you can do that, and you're suffering for what I was, go and do it. It is inspiring. And it's yourself that can inspire you. It doesn't have to be other people. So as you can see, I'm detailing the hair and the face. And I love the expression on the skateboarder, knowing that he's about to perhaps not land successfully. One of the things I struggled with this painting were the hands. I'm not that experienced with hands, but think I got their character quite well with the highlights and the lighting from behind. You can see he's kind of tensing his right hand, even though it's open, ready for the potential crash landing. And think that has a bit of expression along with his face that, oh dear, this might hurt. But he's an experienced skateboarder, so he will have fallen off many times. And I feel I've captured the movement really well. The expression, the journey. His eyes are pointing towards the shadow, and that's where he knows he's going to land. You may have noticed that I'm actually using a white paint pen to do the highlights. Yes, this might be cheating, but honestly, it's easier and you get a really, really nice, thin, controlled highlight in the locations that you need. So I use this technique a lot to really highlight areas that need precision, such as the skateboard. I finished off the texture of the concrete using a sort of stabbing method, and then I move on to the tree. Now, this is my first attempt at a tree, if I'm honest, and it was going really, really well. I did 3 or 4 layers, and it looked wonderful. Genuinely, it looked brilliant. Then I carried on, and I overdid it. I made the tree sort of less lifelike and more cartoony. I lost the gap so you could no longer see the sky through the leaves. I am quite disappointed in this, but I do like the way the trees frame the subject. And the tree on the left didn't even exist, so I really like the outcome. So here is the reference image, and you can see it fading into the painting. So apart from the detail on the trees, I am really happy with how this painting finished. It shows expression and a journey, and the texture and the mood that I captured, I really enjoy. Now I'm about to say that dreaded thing. If you have enjoyed this video and you've reached the end, please do like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. It really does help, especially in these early days of my YouTube career. So thank you for watching, and I really appreciate every single person, every single second that you watch. So thank you, and goodbye.